These 5 jobs will be replaced by ChatGPT this year or very, very soon. So let's get into it. I want to tell you about these 5 jobs people have already lost to ChatGPT. So the first job we have here is a blog writer, right? So you might think that a blog writer is something that people did 20 years ago, but that's not true at all, right? The internet runs on written information. If you think of anything that you search, where do you go to search it? You search it in Google, right? You say, well, how do I spell this? You find the answer on Google, right? So blog writers, that's one of the problems here. One of the things that ChatGPT is very good at is writing, right? So one of the things here, this is an example of just a quick blog post I just did as an example, right? It's okay. It's pretty good. I mean, ChatGPT is a good writer nowadays. Before it was filled with, some weird words that we would never use in writing. But now you can't tell the difference. Like if I wrote this or AI wrote this, you wouldn't be able to tell the difference, right? Because that's just normal English now, the way that it's writing. I mean, if you're a super expert, possibly you can tell. But generally speaking, that is pretty decent, right? Blog writing is pretty good. And this is the first job that has gone. Nobody is doing this anymore. I myself was a blog writer a year ago, 2 years ago, and I used to write articles probably a bit better than this, to be honest, if I give myself some credit. But yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. Why? Because I use AI to help me write. So if you do have a website and you want to put content on your website, which is super important, it's still very valuable, I recommend using this tool. It's called Arvow, right? I'll leave an actual coupon code in the first comment down below there. It's Connor10, CONO or 10, and that'll give you an extra 10% off the price. But the reason why I recommend this is because you can see here, this is much better than what ChatGPT gave us, right? This is just far better, way more in detail, right? And so you do need high quality content on your website, right? Because if you're just using ChatGPT, it's not really that good, right? Here you can see this is actually formatted and all so that people will actually read it. And yeah, you can actually add information about your business here in the section here in customization. You can add a knowledge base, right? So it writes about your business. If you think about this, like if you have a business website or any website, right? If any website on the internet, if it's just one page with hardly any information, how is Google going to know what your business is about? It's not. It just won't know anything about your business. So you need to put up information about related topics to your business, what you're all about. That will give Google information about your business, and then yeah, you can actually rank on Google. Like that's what you want. You want to rank on Google at the top of Google so that people can find your business, right? And what kind of questions should you answer? Well, because that's what you should be doing, answering questions. Well, my advice to you is to use the questions that your customers are already asking you, because you can guarantee if one person is asking you a question, then there's probably 10, 100 people. It's the same questions over and over again in your business, right? So if you have any sort of business, you want to get your questions, think about the questions that people are asking you, put them into this tool and get answers, and then boom. I mean, that's just saved you so much time. I mean, ChatGPT is writing behind the scenes here for this tool as well. So that's an amazing tool for your website. The second job that ChatGPT is making going out of date is SEO. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? Where people try to rank a website at the top of Google, right? So why do I say that? Because AI agents are coming, right? They are already here in this tool here. So what you need to do is go to the blog automation, go to site optimizers here, and you can see once you get here, you have all of the SEO work, right? A lot of SEO work is actually technical SEO. So trying to make sure your website is easy for Google to understand and has information. So all of these things are informational things. So you can add them to your website, and an AI agent will go out, scan your website, and all you need to do is click apply, right? So this might be a little bit technical for some people, but it's actually pretty easy to do once you get used to it. So SEOs now have to use a tool, right, or an AI agent to do a lot of their work, and it's getting easier and easier, but it's obviously cutting into some of the work that SEOs are doing. And I guess this is a theme with many jobs around the world nowadays. AI is doing a ton of work for them, right? And you need to be on top of your game because you need to be better than AI, right? If you can't write better than what ChatGPT writes, then there's no point in writing, right? So that's why ChatGPT is taking these jobs. So the third job that I think ChatGPT will take, and this one is more in the process of taking. I think I'm going from like the one that's already happened. I mean, I can't believe that blog writing, like that's already happened. Like I know tons of people who used to write blog posts, they don't do that anymore. So yeah, I mean, I don't know why that's not on the news. People should be talking about that. But the next jobs, this is the next job, right? It's web design. So I created this website this morning. It looks beautiful, right? And all I did was ask for this. Like all I did was like make me a website with about this topic, right? And it created a beautiful website. Now all you need to do is just type in this box, right? And ChatGPT is under the hood again. And basically you can just like say, change that, change that. I don't want this picture, whatever. So you don't need any design skills. It's all built in the code, and AI coding is doing all of the work for us. So unless you're like the top 1% web designer, then you can keep your job then. But most basic run of the mill web designers are going to be out of a job. So number 4 on our list is the office worker, right? So hear me out here. Hear me out. There's millions and millions of office workers around the world. It's a bit of a general word, isn't it? But this tool here is an AI agent, right? So it can actually, the difference is that, and this is before with the article, that was just AI, right? But an AI agent actually goes out and does stuff. So this one here, and like we saw for the SEO work, that's actually an agent. So that can go out and make decisions and take actions and do work, right? So this one is an AI agent. So all offices, right, have a ton of, like, if they have workflows, all work can be broken into workflows where it's like, do this, do that, do this. That's all work, right? So if you think about it, any of these AI agents can be trained specially, and that's what's happening. They're getting trained especially on workflows in your business. I think there should be an AI automator in every single business trying to find workflows. And I'm sure in a few months' time, you will notice, who's that new person there? It's like, oh, that's the person who knows how to AI automate everything, right? So be warned, be warned. You need to be at the top of your game, right? So any sort of office clerical work, that's just going to be gone, because I mean, it's a standard repeatable process, right? So any sort of data entry, all this stuff is just going, all the boring stuff. If there is any silver lining here, in my opinion, a lot of the creative, intuitive work is still needed, right? Because AI is good at the kind of boring stuff, like we saw before with the SEO, right? This stuff is actually really boring. I've been an SEO for a long time. This channel is obviously all about SEO as well. And this stuff is really boring. Like, I don't like doing this. So I'm so happy that I don't have to do this work, go out and change meta descriptions. It's not fun, right? It's not that much fun to do that. So nowadays we have AI agents now that can go out and do all the boring stuff for us, so we can be more creative. Okay, and the last job that I have for you is a bit of a curveball, and that is AI run architecture, right? Architects are in trouble too, right? Because this new architecture practice has been launched in the UK. And if you see this, it says it's run entirely by artificial intelligence. Okay, so it's been trained on a vast data set, right? So if you think about it, all, like I said just before, all workflows can be, automated and use AI to improve them, right? I still think you need a professional architect, the best architects in the world. Obviously, especially with super important buildings, you'll need those people to oversee the AI, what it's doing, and checking that it's doing a good job. Okay, so if you do want any articles for your website, which I highly recommend, if you want to give your website some content, it's a really important step about any website is having content, then check out this tool. It's called Arvow. I'll leave a link in the first comment. Thanks for watching.